NUFC Undisputed.
With Christy American Mad and Derek the Mighty Win and UFC Talk Radio, the voice of the Toon Army.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to NUFC Talk. We are live once again with the Undisputed show the day after a great performance by most of the team, I should say. Welcome, one and all. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, become a member if you can, and help the channel grow. And Newcastle United beat Tottenham. Tottenham sacked their manager this morning, gone with the wind. The ex-Brentford manager, who came in with a lot of expectations and simply was not good enough for the job. And that's why we shouldn't go for, if indeed we need to make a change, we can't go for these Brentford managers, for these Bournemouth managers, for these Crystal Palace managers. We need to go for top of the cream and do that if needed. But for now, Eddie Howe is remaining at the helm with this victory over Tottenham. But we got to go. We got a big, massive game now against Aston Villa that we need to focus on. But you can call us now and have your say, folks, if you want to talk about what happened yesterday, what happened during the match. And good stuff. We were robbed. There's no doubt about that, but we still won. And but that is crazy. I'm looking at a picture of the Willock hair offside, and the fact that they had to put it on
the eyebrow.
Picture. They had to put it on the picture too. They should just say, you know what, he's offside. We would never known. But the fact that they're showing you what part of his body was offside is absolutely criminal. But anyway, we're back at it again, folks. So how are you, Win?
Yeah, I'm good. Always good after a win, as you know. The morning after the night before. But, you know, it's a cautionary tale, isn't it, Spurs? They sacked Pochettino. Now they're all wanting him back. And in the meantime, they've had your marquee managers. Your Mourinho's and your Contes.
Yeah, but that's...
And then they tried going down the route of these successful managers at lesser clubs. They've tried Frank now. Chelsea tried, and so did West Ham try. The guy from Brighton, mind blind. And now they're talking about the talk on the street from West Ham, from Tottenham, is to get Pochettino back after the World Cup. So they're looking for Harry Redknapp to come back as an interim, or indeed De Zerbi, who's just left Marseille, another very successful, you would argue, Brighton manager. Potter, of course, is who I'm trying to think of, Graham Potter. So it's not easy. And these people who think they just wave a magic wand, a new manager comes in and everything's hunky-dory, that's not the real world, sadly. You can count on one hand the number of managers. You know, when Nunes went in at West Ham, he got him bounced straight away, but then same old West Ham. They look as though they might have turned the corner now. But Forest now regretting getting rid of Nunes? I think there's a lot of Forest fans who are, because look where he had them. You know, you just got to be careful what you wish for.
Yeah, but that's not a reason to. In that case, you don't make any decision then, because anything can happen and everything can go bad. And by the way, you're judging Tottenham's top elite managers that they got, and you're saying that they got rid of him. They got rid of him. Well, that's a decision. That's a decision, and that's a board decision. If they sacked Mourinho before a final, that's nobody's fault. But you know, they're incompetent upstairs, and we're trying to not be incompetent. So, just because it happened over there and it didn't work over there and they made bad decisions, that don't make bad decisions. I mean, it's not that hard. Who sacks a manager before a final?
Right.
Only petulant businessmen do that. And that was Enoch at the time. So just don't make, you're talking about Bobby Robson got sacked. So everything went badly after that. Well, how about the fact that Ashley happened after that? So it's pretty evident.
Ashley has got nothing to do with Bobby Robson.
But Ashley happened after that. He came in 2 or 3 years later.
It was the board. It was the board that sacked Bobby Robson was the most successful board that Newcastle had ever had at the time.
They made that decision. Perfect.
The board weren't incompetent when they appointed him, for example.
The point I'm trying to make is, yes, they made that decision. However, 15 odd years of rubbish didn't come from that. It was something else. It was different ownership, different leadership, different direction. So all the draws that we saw is not because we sacked Robbie Robson.
Well, I agree. I agree with that. But what I'm saying is that the organization that sacked Bobby Robson was not Mike Ashley. It was the very successful John Hall, Freddie Shepherd partnership.
Yeah, but you can argue. Nobody here, well, the very minute will say that Bobby should have stayed on, because it was over. The reign was over. So it had to be done. Well, more or less.
At the time, that's what I believed.
What else? What else did you want?
History has proven me wrong, and I'm talking
no, it
about.
Hasn't.
I'm talking about before Ashley came in.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm talking about going through Bobby Robson.
Yeah,
then through Souness, then through Gullit. Yeah. These were all under Hall and Shepherd. Nothing to do with Ashley.
Here's the thing, man. Here's what I'm trying to tell you. Gullit was way before Robbie Robson left. What are you on about? Robbie Robson left in the early 2000s. Gullit was way before that. You got your timelines wrong, man. You got your timelines.
That's poor. That's really poor from him.
But again, when does it take over?
Souness.
Well, Souness. But listen, that was a bad decision to get that manager. But if we would have gotten a good manager under Ashley, per se, 2 or 3 years later, and he'd have done well. Pardew, for example. Well, later down the line, to be fair. But say Pardew came before that. Just a couple years before that. 3 years after Robson left. He would have finished 5th. And it wouldn't have looked as if it was the end of the world. But the fact of the matter is, Ashley didn't take the club serious. And so we've seen draws and draws and draws. You can have a bad decision, but sacking the manager before a final, who does that? I mean, literally, who does that? I don't even know if Ashley would have done that. As crazy as it sounds. So, it's just one decision doesn't mean that you have to make 20 bad ones after that. You know what I mean? So, and we know here in we love Bobby Robson, but his tenure was coming to an end. There's no doubt about it. We're not proven wrong because what was the expectation? Have Robson for another 10 years? Unfortunately, life chose not to be that way anyway. So we can't say they're 2 different situations anyway. 2 different situations. I don't think the same age. But regardless, there you go. So Robson replaced Gullit, but Souness replaced Bobby. Well, exactly, because I want to know why you're talking about Gullit and coming after Robson. That was never the case. And then again, you can say that's another bad decision. Just because a player is good, don't mean he's a good manager. So whoever appointed,
that's Shamrock Ball's correcting me there. Do you know what Shamrock Ball's name is?
I corrected you, by the way. Yeah. Not Shamrock.
Do you know what Shamrock Ball's name is? He's Irish, obviously, and his name is spelled, write this down, Daithi. How'd you pronounce that?
I'm not going to say that.
Daithi.
Yeah, I mean, dead silence, man. I don't know. I ain't got time.
Well, how would you pronounce it? He's in the forum.
I'm glad you want
And
to take this route.
I thought the name was Daithy, Daithi, Daithy. It's actually Doy, and it's Irish for Dave.
Okay.
So hello, D.
That's
Doy.
poor. That's really poor from him.
Anyway, he's just like a kid, man. You know, it's like a kid. He gets distracted with little numpty things. But we're gonna get back into the football conversation now.
I'm
Yeah,
engaged.
I mean, the thing is, Tottenham has made many bad decisions. Don't mean we need to make them. That's just that's as simple as that. And they're going to sack another manager. I think it's more detrimental to go after these young up and coming managers that everybody thinks they're the greatest thing since Coca-Cola, and in the same I put what's his name, the Como Estas kid, Fabregas, in the same token. If you're managing Como Estas in Italy, I'm sorry, but that ain't a club to really say, wow, let's get him on. There's no expectations, no pressure, no nothing. When you come into St. James's Park, there is expectations. We got some proper fans who have ambitions, some bad ones who he'll appease, by just beating, small teams like you. But
Like Tottenham.
it's just it's not going to get it done. There's nothing in Fabregas' curriculum as a manager that will persuade me to believe he's a great man, up and coming manager. Not one. He's going to have to do it somewhere else. He's going to have to prove himself. Same thing with Areola. Same thing with the Glasner. Glasner is a bit older, but just unfortunately the curriculum is not there. So Newcastle United needs something. If we're going to get rid of Eddie Howe, we don't need another Eddie Howe. We need somebody that will take us to the next level. But right now, Eddie Howe is fighting for this job, fighting for fighting for a chance, if you will, and he got the job done. Against Spurs, and you just got to keep Newcastle back at winning days. Can we keep this momentum? Is the big question. Unfortunately, you got Aston Villa, and that's unfortunate. Because if it was a smaller team at home, maybe you can say it might. But the fact that this is away, Aston Villa, and it's an elimination game, things are getting it's tough. There's no way around it. But we have to move on.
Well, and what did Eddie do yesterday? That's it. That's really interesting. That when his back was to the wall, when he's lined up with a firing squad in front of him, who did he turn to? The tried and tested players that he knows he can rely on. And they didn't let him down.
Only everybody else that he's, I'm assuming he trusts everybody, to be fair, not just one or two. But those players didn't win the game. Ramsey won the game, and so Ilanga won the game.
Who we trust?
By the way, so that means he trusts everybody then, So what are you on about? He trusts everybody equally then.
Well, he had Tonali on the bench, I noticed.
Yeah.
And that to me was when I saw the lineups. I think, what? Are you for real here? In a must-win game, you're leaving Tonali on the bench. But that just shows what I know about football. Not as much.
Well, we know that. We know that. We know you're knackered.
Well, I know more
anyway.
than you, but that's not
no chance. But he can keep doing it if he wants to. That's fine. Matter of fact, I don't want Tonali to play anymore. I really don't want him to play anymore. And I wish Tonali doesn't play. He just becomes a sub. I want him to be a sub now. I don't want him to play another important game for Newcastle United. I want him to be a sub, and then we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Now, one thing that is very, very weird about this whole situation. is that Eddie Howe has come out speaking about the center forwards. I don't like this. I disagree. I disagree. And he came out and has been quoted saying on Gordon as a striker, Anthony's legs, his desire to press makes the team play better. He had a really fluid look to it. We wanted to play with a fluid front line. We wanted to press aggressively. You need quick and mobile players to do that. He's been quoted saying. And first of all, he just knackered both of his strikers and over £100 million spent. He just literally decimated them. And Anthony Gordon didn't work as a center forward. He didn't. We threw in, I haven't even looked.
You say he didn't.
No, he didn't. It's simple. He didn't. Everybody else won the game. No, he didn't. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He had a good game.
He enabled the press.
He enabled the press. So if he doesn't press, nobody else presses.
Correct.
Wow. And you really believe that crap?
Yeah.
Wow, man, that is insane. And we paid 180,000 to a player that's his main job. That is absolutely garbage. Garbage. And I'm sad to hear you say that. Well, I mean, you wouldn't expect less anyway, but it's sad to hear anybody speak about a center forward. Newcastle United center forward job is to press, and that's it. And if he doesn't press, nobody else presses.
That's not
wow. It. That's insane.
That's insane. Of course, provided the assist for the winning goal.
Yeah. That's insane. How many crosses did we put in the box?
27.
How many crosses did we put in the box? An embarrassing amount. I mean, probably 40 or 30 or something like that.
I think a laudable amount.
Exactly. But in all of them, I'm saying embarrassing as in all of them, most of them, I think all of them. When did we connect? Maybe once or twice on somebody else. So we were clearly lacking. Set piece after set piece, corner after corner. That can't continue on.
And why were we getting those corners?
Oh, because of Anthony Gordon?
Yeah, because we were pressing high up the pitch, which we don't do when Nick's on the pitch. And when Wissa, in his current fitness state, is on the
Wissa's fit, man. Stop trying to excuse player, man. Wissa's fit. Stop. Who you on about, man? He's fit. He's just not up to speed. He's not up to par. So I think it's
apparently
that's the issue.
I'm a moron according to Michael Smithers.
The problem is that when we win, things go overboard, and when we lose, things go overboard as well. Right? There's no good, no bad, no nothing. And when, in this particular case, when you win, everything is amazing. Keep the same lineup. A winning team never change the lineup and all of that nonsense.
Andre, what I'm saying is
it's absolutely
won, and I am not happy. For example,
call us now and have your say. By the way, call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8864. We want to know your opinion on this particular situation. We want to know what's going on. Call in and have your say. But it's clear and evident that something is not clicking up there, and Gordon isn't the answer. I'm sorry to tell you that. Matter of fact,
I don't think he's the answer either.
He played good. Most of his good plays came when he started leaning towards the right. And actually wanted to say, I didn't say it at the time, but I wanted to say, wow, look at him doing great as a right wing. So anyway, we got Steve calling us now. Steve from County Durham. Steve, how are you, mate?
How we doing, lads? You all right?
We're doing great. We're doing great. So what do you think? What do you think about the game?
Well, I was night shift last night, so I watched it on my phone when I was at work, and then I've listened to your commentary, watched it live this morning, and loved it. Loved the live commentary with the game on. That's how I like to watch it.
There you go, baby. There you go. What do you think about the game, though? Must win was won, wasn't it?
I hate this must-win stuff, but yeah, every game's a must-win, isn't it? But I hate when everyone says, "Oh, it's a must-win. We could claim here. It's proved in earlier in the season. Must-win. We could be there. And that never happens. Last night it happened. We got the 3 points, and I hope we push on. All the corners that we had. What was it? 11, 12?
I mean,
That's corners. They get one corner and score it.
Yeah.
That's true.
I was like, what? That's typical, that.
Yeah.
Not all.
No, it was.
But I think that the direct, you're saying Gordon not up front, and Eddie said in his press conference that they looked in better shape with Gordon up front and the more direct through the middle. That's what I noticed last night. There was a lot of direct play through the middle, which that was good to see. You know, Ramsey, they were playing for the shirt last night, the lads, and I thought it was a good performance.
Yeah, well, I thought it was a good performance overall. We can't let that, cloud our judgment, and say that we just keep the same lineup. Winning lineup, you don't change all that crap that people say, all them old sayings, that people say, when we win. You gotta get on there. You gotta assess the situation, and clearly you have to play a center forward, a proper one. You know what I mean? That's my issue right now. That there was no issue after the game, by the way. It was just, like, we won, but great. But now you start getting comments like, "This is it. Don't change the lineup. Gordon up front, pressing. He did everything great." Like, what? Like, why do we have to be so like?
Who's saying don't change the lineup?
Insane. Many people. So it's insane. And you come here and justify Gordon pressing because for some reason that won us the game.
But Gordon can press equally from the left wing. But you've got to have a centre. You've got to. It starts in the middle. You've got to have a centre forward pressing.
I can't believe this. I can't believe this. If the center forward doesn't press, nobody presses. That mindset is so weird to me, man.
Yeah, but that
it's
mindset's
so weird.
great because with Gordon pressing, it brings the rest of the team forward. And when the centre forward's not pressing, the duel.
So Steve, who do you think should be playing up front for the weekend?
Well, I think there will be rotation. I agree what Wynn says. Wynn says you've got to have your centre forward pressing. So why can't our centre forwards press then?
I don't think they can't.
Well, Walter Marder hasn't got the pace.
To press up front, you got to run 10 meters, man. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Of course he can do it. Of course he can do it. Yes, he can.
You watch him roar. He's like an oil tank.
Yes, he can. He can. The thing is, if you're making him run long distances, the problem is when he is in the middle trying to get the ball and then he has to run up front. That's the issue. Not pressing up there when he's already there. That's not the issue. That's never been the issue.
No, but that's not what pressing is. Pressing isn't just about being there. It's about literally chasing everybody who's got the ball so they can't pass to one another. That's what pressing is. It's not just a physical presence of actually being in the box. You've got to be mobile. You've got to be running around, following, chasing the keeper, harrying him, stopping him, making an easy pass. And that's what Walter Marder can't do. Wissa can do it when he's fit, and I still don't. You're saying he is fit. I don't believe he is fully fit yet.
And what's going to make him fit?
Well, training and playing is going to make him fit.
And so he's not playing.
Well, he wasn't playing because it was too big a game.
This is insane, man. Go on, Steve. Sorry, mate.
We'll see what Saturday brings, but the more direct play through the middle, it was good to see because normally it's like the same old stuff where they're getting it out wide and then back and side to side stuff. But there was more. I mean, Tottenham were poor to be fair, but I'm not having that. Newcastle did play well. They were more direct through the middle. I mean, Gordon got an assist, so what more can you ask for? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I just think at times, I'm not going to call out the players, but Dan Burn, just before that goal, had made 3 massive mistakes, and everyone was calling out for changes then. And I just thought, yeah, this in-game management again. Like, that could have been a time to bring Hall on, but he's never going to take Dan Burn off. He did bring Hall on, he never brought Dan Burn off. So, do you know what I mean? But that he made 3 major mistakes. Now, if I'm on the touchline, I'm not a manager or a tactician, but I think, hang on, he's made 3 mistakes there. We need to change this.
But I was worried.
The ball went out.
I was worried in the first 10 minutes when he got left for dead. But man, that was because he was in there half of the pitch, and that's to do with the press.
That's what I'm saying.
Because Gordon's pressing, Willock's pressing, Ramsey's pressing, and then the back 4 follow through and their press as well. That's how a press works. That's how it did so well in Eddie's early years, because the whole team was at it. Not just 1 or 2 players. 1 or 2 players pressing is a total waste of time and energy. It's got to be the whole team.
Aye, but to me as well, then they've got to get back as well.
Yeah, and Byrne patently hasn't got the pace to get back. Whereas Lewis Hall has. And same with Trips,
if he gets caught too high up.
The only slight difference when Trips goes forward is that what happens then is Dan Burns tends to stay back and they go into the back 3 come across and cover for Trips that way on. And Chow has got a bit of pace, so he can and Cher was the same. Not a lot of pace, but they can kind of cover that area.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's exactly. Because there was times when I was watching it last night, I thought that the pressing really high, and these could get a ball over the top here. I mean, their last ball, their final third was poor, but that's when we get caught out.
As I say, they did in fact get. I mean, there was twice in the first. We were all over them, but on the twice that they did break to Odebear, he was through. We were looking to get away with one of them. Very lucky. It was as you say, poor forward play by Spurs that let off the hook there.
Oh,
because they were through.
Exactly.
That was when it was 0-0. That was when I wasn't happy with Eddie. I'm saying surely he can say that as well.
This is it, isn't it? It's crying out, isn't it? But yeah, overall did well. I'm a bit worried. What? What did you say there?
No, go.
Oh, I thought you were.
I know.
I'm watching on the television, put the sound down, and I'm just talking to you on the phone. On Saturday, I'll be worried. I think Villa will be much better team, so we'll just see what happens. But it's FA Cup game, so
I hate saying this. But it could be a blessing in disguise to be out of the FA Cup. That's not in my nature to say that at all.
That's because our poor bad season.
I disagree. I totally disagree.
Sorry, what do you say?
I totally disagree. I think we should just go for it.
Yeah, well, I think we should go for it. But all I'm saying is, it's not a game when I expect to win.
Keeps confidence and that keeps things going. You know what I mean? He's still in the cup.
I understand that, but if hopefully we beat Karabakh over the 2 legs, and then the thing is, it's more games and more games, isn't it?
Yeah, but because of
I've managed to get tickets for the Karabakh. I was successful in the ballot for the Karabakh, so I'll see you win in the.
I was unsuccessful, which is insane. But anyway, what Win is trying to say more or less is, that our season is so horrible this year, so the less games the better. But in any ambitious, competent world, we would never say that. But because this team is clear and evident unable to play multiple games a week, then that could be beneficial. So it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. It's the way the season has been, and people have to answer for their crimes at the end of the season, of course. And we shall see. Anyway, thank you, Steve. Appreciate it, mate. Thank you for calling.
See you, Steve.
Lads. Catch you later.
that on it?
There you go, ladies and gents. Call us now and have your say. Whatever you want to say, come on and have it. Have at it. 0191-916-8864. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the situation that we're in at the moment. Let's go with some comments here. I think we're Mercury, round pegs and square holes need proper alternative to hole. For me, Burn is great, but only a center half, and age has a time limit on that. You guys, imagine thinking football is about being out of possession. Exactly, right? That's insane. That's an insane way to look at it, by the way. That's just criminal, man. No taste in football, no nothing. Run around like a headless chicken trying to find the ball. That is awful. That's just awful, man. Football without the ball, it's just foot. Simple. Ryan Stappy says, oh my God, Wizza is fit. He's just garbage, at least right now. Well, that's just the bottom line. We can try to sugarcoat things around, and this guy, he's not fit, poor guy. All that's rubbish, man. All of that's rubbish. How long does it take for a guy to get fit? How long? Man. It's pretty simple. It's not hard.
It would appear to be taken.
So then it's not. Why are you assuming that he is not fit? You know what I mean? That's weird. Michael says Osula could press. Exactly. Osula could do all the pressing you want.
Well, I wouldn't have minded seeing Osula starting.
Yeah, but the thing is, you wouldn't have minded. You wouldn't have minded. But my issue with you is that you don't say what makes common sense. You don't say what you need to say. You speculate to make yourself feel better about things. You say, yeah, but Gordon is good because Eddie sees him in the training session, so he must think and he presses. And then, instead of just saying, look, you know what, Osula is great in pressing. He should play Osula if that's the case. If you want all the pressure in the world and you want a center forward, Osula should play. But
I wouldn't have had any issue with Osula playing. The only issue with Osula is if he presses and wins the ball. What does he do with it?
Then you got Walter Mata in there as an option. There you go. How about that? Or Wissa, but all those crosses to Wissa would have been just as irrelevant as yesterday. Poor guy. I mean, I've seen him, man, which it was comical. Crosses and he tried to get that extra inch by just moving his waist to get that extra, to get up there. Poor guy can't get to him. Again, we play backwards, man. We have been playing backwards, and that is the issue. That we can't just do. We just got to do one thing and do it right. And unfortunately, as you saw in the second half yesterday, pressing only lasts 45 minutes at best. It doesn't last any longer than that. The players were getting knackered. The pressing was non-existent in the second half. We sat back, relaxed. They scored, and then what? We won because of Ramsey's goal. But it wasn't because of the pressing. You want to use it as a headline, that's fine. But we didn't win because of the pressing. It did great in the first half. But we were still 1-1 after they scored. So that's all I'm saying. Critical thinking went. Critical thinking. We're going to get you there at some point. We got a caller here now. How are you? What's your name?
Chris.
Hello. Turn your TV off.
Turn it down.
Chris.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
The American Muppet.
Oh. Well, that actually sounds like Colin, by the way. He actually sounds like Colin there for a second. But I think Colin I think Colin would have had the balls to keep on going though. But anyway, that's fine. You can think that you're the Muppet for wasting your time calling here and not saying a damn thing. But that's all right. I ain't got a problem with that. Call us down, have your say, folks. 0191-916-8864. Listen, man, I can't get kiss harder than that. You're not gonna, I'm telling you, man, you're not going to put me down. The American Mag, hated or adored, never ignored. Never ignore. You wasted your time trying to call me that. Football without the ball is just foot. Christy AM 2026 made me check. Exactly, man. Win. That's rubbish, man. Come away, man. Anyway, we got Yinks now calling us from the Midlands. Yinks, how are you, bud?
How you doing, man?
Well, haven't heard from you in a while, man. Good to hear from you after a win.
Yeah,
that speaks volumes of you.
Yeah, man. I made sure I come to say congratulations when you got what you wanted,
Indeed, indeed.
Love it.
No, I'm happy that we won the game. I'm not like, I think everybody knows where I stand, but yeah, man, it was a quality game. I generally feel like the reason why we won because them are so bad rather than us being so good. Well, you can only win against who you're playing it. You can only beat who's in front of you. So, normal job, Eddie Howe done well. The tactics in place to win the game to a degree. But it's good to see Ramsey, Willett, Alanga, perform. Actually, need a make a statement win.
Yeah, well, we needed it. There's no doubt about that. We need that win. Matter of fact, it was probably I don't know if it was El Sakiko, but it turned out to be for Tottenham. To be fair, for Newcastle, unless it was embarrassing, I just do not see. I don't see Eddie Howe leaving at all until the end of the season, if they're going to sack him or if he leaves on his own. But for Spurs, it felt like it was going to happen. I mean, sacked in the morning, ringing around. That was a thing. But the thing is, it was a high pressure game for both managers, and the fact that Eddie Howe pushed to the for the fans to give him a round of applause, blah blah blah. That was the players knew what it meant in this game. Now, unfortunately, you can't lay on your laurels. You got to move on. You got to move on rather quickly because, I mean, there's no way around. We can't act like we won the Champions League. We got to keep on going. It's just simple as that. So, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I feel like there was still deficiencies in Eddie Howe as a man Burn situation, which we saw, and luckily Odegaard got injured. It's hence why I believe that threat. Also, I'm still not a fan of Gordon playing at number 9. But also, this favoritism pertaining to Gordon is a problem in this, like, regardless. And anybody, listen, he's playing okay now, not playing great. He's the only player that I've seen in our squad that has the luxury of not playing good for 5 games in a row and still starting the next game. Well, if they played as he played even yesterday, they won't start the next game. So it's just like, for me, that's my issue, is Eddie Howe's philosophy and how he deals with some of these players. Because I do believe, like, your Willocks, your Ramseys, and your Alangas have no confidence because of the fact that he has his favourites. Even with the whole Barnes situation, that's a problem. Like, beat Gordon FC, because that's what it's looking like. The strike situation, I'm going to put Gordon off right now, because even though Gordon has been, as a striker, Gordon has been as bad as Walter and Wissa. You know what I mean? However, you know, he always gets pushed forward to start. And I think there's where our biggest issue is philosophy of Eddie Howe and how he has his favourites. And I've been saying this for a very long time.
So this issue about, which is, you know, widely voiced, that a major criticism of Eddie is that he has his favourites who start regardless. His job is on the line last night. And who does he turn to?
His job wasn't on the line, man.
Why? Because he knows he can trust them to give their all. He said in his presser before the match that he wanted.
So you're saying so now you're knackering Eddie Howe, by the way.
Saying that enthusiasm and desire and energy are what he was looking for. He used those words twice in his,
telling me
pre-match interview.
So now
he knows that his favourites will give him exactly that. They might not be the best, but they will give him the energy and desire to win those battles in midfield, which we did for the first time yesterday in a long time, because he had players all playing for him.
Right. So that all sounds good.
Can I just...
Yeah, go on, Yinks. Go on.
Just to interject quickly.
Yep.
So foremost, his favourites are the people that bailed him out yesterday. Wasn't his favourites. It was Ilanga.
There
It
you
was
go.
what's his name?
There
Ramsey.
you go.
It was Ramsey. It was Willock. And those they're the ones that to a degree play the best. Don't get me wrong, they've been poor all season, and there needs to be discussion on the valuation of both Ilanga and Ramsey for so high. Those are the three players that, in my humble opinion, were the best players.
So
His favourites, i.e. Byrne, i.e. Gordon, they didn't have the greatest of games. We had to be quite frank.
No. So, but there's the issue. There's the issue right there, that he chose to play Ramsey instead of Tonali.
Well, he chose to play
And
all of them.
He chose to play Elanga instead of Murphy. And
oh my God.
There's no doubt in my mind that he's turned round to them at some point this week and said, look, you ain't been very good so far. I bought you because I believe in what you can do for me and the club. Now go out today and prove it. And they did exactly that.
Respectfully so. I understand that. However, again, he has players that he puts first regardless of their form. I.e., he said out of his own mouth he doesn't play Gordon on the right because Gordon doesn't want to play on the right. However, Harvey Barnes, he will push to the right. For me, as a top quality manager, as a winner, I don't want to say as a winner that only wants to win, you will not make your team deficient to supplement only one individual. You'll be and the only reason to why I believe he's doing that is because he sees Gordon as his pet project.
No.
I think Byrne is a Hall of Famer when it comes to Newcastle. And I still want him to stay at Newcastle. I don't believe he should leave. I'm not one of those fans. However, it is obvious to see that he prefers Byrne for one particular reason that only God knows. But I think he prefers Byrne to Botman, personally. But again, Byrne at left back was never. We shouldn't be seeing that anymore. It's tried, tested, and it doesn't work. Even go further, Trippier at right back. Don't know why I believe personally that Eddie Howe didn't want to sign nobody, hence why no signings were made. And seeing Trippier at right back is underwhelming for a club that wants to be in Europe. Listen, Brentford, that Coyote guy, that locked up Barnes, they got him on loan last season prior to signing him. We can't find no loan options in all over the world. That doesn't make any sense on God's earth. Brentford,
I agree.
They have a plethora of purchases that they do within January to enhance the squad. Why are we still fixated upon Trippier? To a degree. Why is Burns at left back still coming out of our mouths? For me, it's just that I personally believe Eddie Howe's philosophy it hasn't evolved. I believe he has full control of Newcastle. Hence why we're in the particular situation we're in now. Again, take it as you want. If I'm Eddie Howe, for me, I've always said it. I think the club needs to evolve and move forward. But again, I'm to respect him he coached a great game yesterday. He won, good on him. But let's be honest, we only won because Tottenham went that bad.
But that's one of the condiments. But we were up for it and we made them look crap. You know what I mean? Because we were crap too, so they could have done it to us. But we did it to them. So, we're both crap.
We could do it to Wolves, though. We couldn't do it to Wolves.
We couldn't do it to Wolves.
We couldn't do it. We couldn't do it to
I'm not disagreeing with you.
Brentford did it to us. Brentford came and slapped us up in our own ground as well. So we can't sit here and be like, well, Spurs were that bad. Like, we have to be honest. Like, if you have to put it down to anything, if Spurs were that bad, and not to say we knew Spurs was going to be that bad, but if we have to just justify our win yesterday, was mainly because Spurs were that bad.
Yeah. No, you got a good points there. Good points. Yanks, thank you for calling us, man. And call us again, man. You haven't called us in a long time. What's happening?
Yes, Big Yanks.
Come on, man.
I've been busy. I'll be back soon.
Man, come on, man. We miss Big Yanks, man. How are you? We'll talk to you soon, buddy. Have a good one.
Catch you later.
No, see.
Yeah, Big Yanks there having to say, which I agree, by the way. We getting carried away, man. That's just so old school, man. I'm telling you. Call us now. A lot of people trying to call us. Well, Yanks, we're on. You can call us now. 0191-916-8864. And the calls is first come, first serve. So we don't cherry pick. Whoever shows up, we answer the phone line. We are not scared of anybody here. We're tougher than a 2-pound steak, and especially the ones from Newcastle. Oh man. Now, Rio de Brazil was good though. The Rio play, that was good. Anyways, call us now, folks, and have your say. Of course, people having their say in the chat there, and we got a new caller, Mick Bingley. There you go, Mick Bingley from St. Andrews. Mick, what's going on, man?
How's it going? How's it going, mate? How's it going, Chris? How's it going, Win?
Oh,
Done great, mate. Done great.
How's things?
Well, I'm doing good. Doing good. I got to win.
I don't know where you had the mic when you were laughing there, but it sounded much better.
Well, okay. It sounds good, man. So, what do you think about the game?
Well, we got a win last night, and you know what it is. I've jumped the bets obviously because we got the win, but Tottenham were absolutely terrible. Like, if we couldn't beat them, there's something sadly wrong. Like,
well, they were poor. There's no doubt about that. But we were also poor coming into the game, and we made them look like rubbish. Maybe we are just the better of the bunch. But we still made it happen.
100%. Definitely. Without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, we played well last night. But when I was listening last night, and I was listening to Wayne and that, and I agreed with him. When I seen the team selection, I was like, oh, my God. But in all fairness to Eddie Howe, it worked. And it worked extremely well.
Yeah. But so should we then not pay the 110-20 million that we have on the bench for center forwards, and should we just play Gordon then?
People keep going on about Wizard. He's what was it? He's come back from an injury. He's not much fit, and I agree with you. What do you mean he's not much fit? He's been back for months, and he's just like a lost soul there. Walter Mora, you've got to play him to like his strengths, you know what I mean? It's a shame because Walter Mora is an excellent footballer. I've watched him with Germany, but you've got to play to his strengths, you know what I mean?
Why?
And I don't know. I mean, it worked last night. I mean, I'll tell you what I do like. The last few games that Alonga's played, he's starting to shine a little bit there, and he's had some really good games. And what's his name? Ramsey. They had an excellent game last night. I thought Joe Willock had a good game.
Yeah, he did. Everybody played great in the first half, to be fair. Everybody was really good in the first half. But
they were.
Then things started going downhill. But overall, we were the better team, no doubt about that. But the thing is... Go on, sorry.
His oldest trip here is, he put some good tackles in last night, some good tackles, and I was quite chuffed at the end when I seen the likes of Trippier and Bruno pushing Eddie Howe towards the crowd, like, there you go on, get yourself away, because he doesn't, that's not his style, eh?
It was a nice moment, wasn't it?
Like, go on, it was, Wayne, I thought it was, like, I had a lump in my throat, because I thought, and Trippier pushed him, and Bruno, and he went there, and I thought, you know what, the fans, said, yep, thanks very much. But, like Chris said, we've got to go on this Aston Villa Sunday and give them the same. I know it's going to be a different opposition than what Tottenham are, but hey, nobody's saying we can't win the game. And there and perform like you did last night, but just keep fighting. It's the FA Cup. How do you know we'll not come away with something?
That's what we're hoping for.
We got to go out there and try to do something. The thing is now, we got some fans, like Wynn, going on. Gordon needs to be center forward now all of a sudden, and that's weird. That. That's a weird take, man. So we need to go out there and put a proper center forward.
I was called Wizard. I don't think Wizard. I don't know what's the matter with Wizard. People keep saying, "Oh, he's not fit. He's not fit." What do you mean he's not fit? I just didn't get that. Like, he's out training with the guys and whatever. You know, he's been back for months now.
He hasn't been back for months. He's been back less than a month.
No, absolutely rubbish, man. No. Absolutely rubbish. Yeah. How long has he been? How long has he been? Exactly, man. Come on, man.
What's Wayne smoking? The Jamaican Woodbines?
Yeah.
Love it.
Ooh. Love it, man. But, you know, I'm just saying we need to stop excusing players and also stop, you know, overreacting on certain things, even when we lose or when we win.
Yeah.
You know, maintain a level, a balanced view, and because when you do that, you can pinpoint things that are not working and fix them. Just because you win doesn't mean that everything is great. You know what I mean? So,
I had a conversation with Wayne last week, you know, and like I was first and that, you know. It's because you're a proper fan. Like I'm like Wayne. I'm 66 this year. I've been following Newcastle 50-odd year. And you get yourself frustrated, and then in a minute, you know, things haven't gone right. You lost your head. You do this, you do that. You say this, you say that. But at the end of the day, you know, people probably not like what I'm going to say here. But to be fair to Eddie Howe, you know, he's done a lot for Newcastle United. You know, he's the first man in the morning, last man away, body. And the thing is, Chris, you get rid of a manager like Eddie Howe. I don't know what's the matter this season, you know, but he said give it time. And, hey, through his word, Alanga's coming through, Ramsey's coming through. You know, I don't know about Wizard. And I think Waltham all come good. But I don't know who you're going to get. People keep saying Jose Mourinho. His days have gone. They've gone, you know. What's the point of bringing somebody like him in?
Yeah, that's true. That's very true. And,
the only thing you get with Mourinho and his ilk, if you like, is maybe the ability. You know, let's talk about his pull. You know, when trying to attract players. The bottom line for me is they come for money, and if we can't pay them money, they'll not come. I don't think they're going to knock. I don't think they're going to knock 50 grand a week back for the sake of playing for Mourinho.
Some players, the pool is a real thing. It's a real thing. You can convince players to come when the situation is right. Of course, if they're getting, you know, crazy amount of money somewhere else, yeah, they might choose that. But there's something that you can work with pool. And so, but. I'm not necessarily on the Mourinho camp anyway, so you know. It's,
I mean, my point with Walter Marder, I agree. Walter Marder's an excellent footballer, but
here we go.
He needs to play in a possession-based team.
So let's change it then.
And right now, well, we've tried changing it this season.
No, we haven't. No, we haven't,
dude. Abysmally because we can't keep the ball.
No, we haven't, man. We haven't tried to pass the ball. We haven't tried to play percent. We tried it in the preseason. We lost every game, but we looked decent. And I actually liked the way it was going. But I've told you many times, when I look at Newcastle for the whole season, I don't even know what they're trying to do. Go on, Mick.
He scored a goal in 19 games, you know, and his morale, it's got to be at the lowest, you know. You've got to try and play to that guy's strengths, you know. I mean, he is a good footballer. He's a young lad. You know, Newcastle, Eddie Howe, his team, coaches, staff, whatever you want to say, they've got to find a way of getting him in and playing with him, you know. Sorry, when Isaac was there and you were Murphy was throwing the balls in and one thing and another, but that's not the way he plays, you know. You've got to play and to his strengths, you know, and that's what's got to happen. I know at the minute it's all up and down because, you know, he's trying this, he's trying that. No, I think Anthony Gordon played well last night. I know he didn't score a goal, but he did assist to one, and I thought he actually had a good game last night. Everybody did. I'm not going to knock anybody because every one of them played, and that's the way they need to go in on Saturday. Whatever team he picks, he needs to go in there with the same mentality and crack on and try and get them out the cup and get us to the next round.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's exactly what we need. You know, it's exactly what we need. Anyway, Mick, thank you very much, mate. Lovely to hear from you.
Cheers,
be safe out there. Be safe out there on the road.
Catch us later.
Of
Cheers,
Scotland.
buddy. Cheers, buddy. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
That was Mick there. Call us now and have your say, folks. Say, ooh, there we missed the call just barely there. Call us now and have your say. 0191-916-8864. We want to know your opinion. I remember when we used to get calls from all the mail carriers, the Royal Mail workers.
All the posties.
All the posties as they were making the deliveries. Call us back, man. We want to hear from you. I remember one from Blythe. I remember many of them. Call us now and have your say, ladies and gentlemen. Our players are terrible, says that retaining the ball win is right. But we didn't. Well, I don't even know about that. But we didn't make that transition into a position-based football. I didn't see it. I didn't see it
Because we didn't make it.
I think we just didn't do anything. We started to go out there and do anything.
We tried to change.
Says who?
And it failed miserably.
Says who? Where is the evidence that actually happened?
The evidence is there in all the performances and the results.
But that just, oh my God, dude. That's swear, man. It's arguing with the wall. Chris, what's up, mate?
Hello, mate. Can you answer me a question? Because I've been listening to everybody today. What's the denominator in a squad? Is it 1 or 24?
What's the what? Turn your
TV off.
Yeah, I need to ask you a question. Right, basically, you and everybody else has just stated that we have to play to Voldemort. But we have a statutory squad of 25 players. I'm only asking because it's not the manager's responsibility to get the best out of Voldemort. It's to win games.
Yeah. So
if Voldemort can't adjust to what Eddie Howe's doing, why does he have the divine right for a whole team to play around him?
Because that's football, mate. When you have your best player, like, let's just put in a clear example.
No, Chris, it's not football. The aspect of football is to set up tactically and win a game.
That too.
Now, if playing Gordon, they beat Tottenham, then that was the game plan, wasn't it? Like, to say you're going to play around one player, that's basically like saying we're just going to do a repeat of what we did with Isaac.
Then the game plan failed because Gordon didn't. What did Gordon do as a center forward if that was the game plan?
Did they win 2-1, Chris?
Why, though? Don't you say they won?
Did they win 2-1?
Why?
No, I'm asking a question. Did Newcastle win?
Yeah, they won, but why?
Because they played as a team and won. They didn't play as one player.
No,
exactly.
The thing is, you're talking about
the fact is, here, Chris, I can answer this for you. You are saying Voldemort, but he has to be a focal point. That's what a number 9 is, a focal point. You have 2 strikers in the world. You have a pacey one and you have a target man. So if you're going to play Voldemort as a target man, then I'm guessing he's got to learn how to head of the ball.
Well, put some crosses in and see. How about that? Put some crosses in and see.
But that's the point. If the manager, after how many games we played this season, we have to remember, I may not be the manager's best pal, but the fact is, every time we go out on the pitch, it's the manager's duty to pick who he sees is the best player to win the game. We can't keep telling him to play Voldemort if he has no confidence in the guy playing.
Then why did he get him? Why did he spend $69 million?
Why did we buy a lot of players? Mate, we bought Chris Wood, and he barely played for us, and we sold him on the following season.
I'm not spending £69 million on somebody I don't trust or think he can do a job.
Man United do it. They did it with Chris. It happens in football, mate. Anthony came to Man United for £82 million.
Yeah, that was a
he
rubbish
failed.
buy.
They moved him on.
That was a rubbish buy.
It's not our job. The only thing the manager could do, Chris, is facilitate and use the facilities and train the player to his best ability.
How about you?
If the player cannot adjust,
how about
you're just trying to argue with me about one player. I'm trying to tell you how football works.
How does football work? Does it? The football works this way. When you got the best players out there, and especially the ones you spend a lot of money for, you got to give them a chance. You gotta, if it's your center forward, the one scoring goals, just like any other team, you have to do what's best so he can score because he is the center forward. His job is to score.
No, mate, you have to do what's best for the entire squad. I'm sorry, but I don't know what you think. Football does not work on best players. Football works on tactics and the squad playing together.
Are you kidding me right now?
That is a fact. In England, that is how it works. Do you think Alan Shearer spent all his time waiting for people to set him up?
Yeah, pretty much.
If you watch, when I tell you, at least 60% of Alan Shearer's goals he got himself.
When it came to Alan Shearer, the team played for Alan Shearer. 100%. What are you on about?
So all those corners, all those free kicks and penalties, the team gave him them, yeah?
He's a center forward. He needs service so he can score.
No, centre forward
What are you on
has
about?
to move and create his own space
Yeah,
to
he can
score
do that.
goals.
Yeah, of course. That's part of it. He can do that as well. Yeah. Shearer did that. Walter
Yeah,
Mata
so
can do that. Yeah.
my argument is this. You
Yeah,
keep
well-
saying we have to play Voldemort. But
Shearer
if he isn't
worked
showing anything
nuts
to be able
off.
to score goals, why should we play him?
Because he's the best option we have as a center forward. And you spent 70 million for him. So
But
he
he's not the best.
What
he needs
makes
to
you
play.
think? I'm sorry, we've had him and he played well for about 9 games.
And we-
What makes
and
you
the
think he
service-
is the best option we have up front?
The service was absolutely rubbish. No service whatsoever. And he still managed to get goals.
Then make
And he
yourself
scored-
available.
And by the way, he scored with his head as well multiple times. So for country and
Yeah,
Newcastle United. So
twice, mate. Stop trying to argue with me
Well, he did.
about
But-
how good Voldemort is.
He's good.
Win knows, I know. In a game of football, you have to put yourself about to create opportunities.
and the team has to provide for the center forward, right?
Well, the
No,
centre forward's gotta make
the centre forward has to make himself available to be set up.
And what's Walter Mata not doing to make himself feel available?
Well, he's
Or make-
sitting on a
make
half
himself
field.
available for the team.
Why is he not in the final third a lot of the time? Why is he coming
He
back
is.
into midfield?
Actually, if you look at it,
Use
he
your
is.
height as an advantage.
The
Stick
problem
in the
is when
box.
Walter-
Be
first of all-
around when if there's a
Well,
rebound or
first of all-
a
first of all, if you
ricochet
look
that
at-
comes off the goalkeeper.
Even if
Be
you
in
go-
that place. I've not seen that. He is literally not anywhere near the box
If you
or
look
in
at
the
the
box
last games,
when
if
we
you look
take
at-
our opportunities.
If you just look at the last games, and these are the games that he's been playing for probably for about a month now, where he comes on the pitch, either when we lose or when we need
Yeah.
whatever. Like last game,
Yeah.
the last game specifically, he
Yes.
was literally the team was on his back defending. Walter Mata was playing more or less as a 6, trying to defend. What do you expect him to do when he
Get
comes
further
on?
forward. I'm sorry,
The team
we
is
complain
defending.
about Visser
The
when
team
he's
is on his
actually in the
backside.
right places, but he misses them. And that's the fact. At least we can say he's in the right places
No, man.
to miss the chances.
We have not provided as a team good enough for.
I'm
to see-
sorry,
for-
that's
for
just
Walter
a
Mata.
blatant excuse you use
No, it
every
isn't.
match.
No,
that
it
we
isn't.
have not provided him.
Well, I
if he
want to
does not
know
make himself
how many
available
big
or put himself
chances-
in the right
how many
position,
big
he's not
chances-
going to score.
If we were crossing the ball to Walter Mata, he was missing every header. If we were passing him the ball and he was missing every chance, then I would agree with you. But we don't do that. We never do that as a team. When it
No,
comes to
because
Walter
he's
Mata,
never there,
again,
Chris. He
once
is never
again-
in the right place at the right time.
That's
Hang on.
BS, man. That's
Hang
BS.
on.
Once
He
again,
does do that.
once again, I don't need defending. Wayne, I can handle my.
I'm not defending. I'm attacking you. Because he
that's
doesn't
it?
do that.
Oh,
The number
oh, that
of
felt,
times
that
the
felt like a
ball-
tickle, by the way.
balls-
You're attacking me.
the
You're attacking me.
balls-
Felt like a tickle. My bad. I thought you were
The
trying to defend
balls
me.
Played in the Voldemort on the edge of the area. If Alan Shearer was played those exact
Oh
same
my
balls,
God,
he'd
if
be
Alan
winning
Shearer
nearly
fought.
every one of them.
Oh, man.
Walter Marder
Yeah.
never wins a one of them.
Explain to me then. Explain to me. I was there in the stadium against Aston Villa. We crossed the ball to Wisha 1,000 times, and when Walter Mata came on, there was no crosses whatsoever. And I seen Walter Mata right there, me and Jamie talking to each other, next to each other, and telling, why are they not crossing it to Walter Mata? Because the crosses stopped in the second half when he came on. They stopped. I want to know why.
Yeah. Well, I know why they don't play Voldemort. Here, Chris, if I put you as a centre forward and you're trying to hold the ball up against 2 centre backs, yeah, and you cannot, like, how do I put it? You can't receive the ball to your feet, you can't control it, and you can't lay it off. Would I keep passing to you?
You have to. What do you mean?
No, I'm asking you a question. If I have a centre forward and we keep trying to use him as a way out, you know what I mean, like to push it up to him, for him to hold the ball up, to lay it off to other players, but every time the ball comes to him, he loses it in his feet, or he doesn't connect to it properly. Am I going to keep passing to that player?
So let me ask you then, if he's absolutely
I'm
rubbish,
not backing, Chris, I'm not
he's
backing any striker this season.
So
I
he's
personally think we screwed up in recruitment, and I'd like to see the pet player that we paid £15 million for, who we don't know where he is. I'm with Win. Why is Asuna not playing? If we're this project team, why is Asuna not getting any game time? He can't do no worse.
Right. So I want to know why does he play for Germany when Germany can choose another center forward? Why? And they play
Because
4-3-3, by the way.
what, do you want to know why? I can tell you something. Everybody keeps saying that Germany plays 4-3-3.
They do.
They do not.
They do.
They play 4-2. They play 4-3-1-2. Because
However they play.
Florian Wirtz plays as the cam for Germany, and then you've got Gnabry on one side, and it's Sane or someone else on the left. They do not play 4-3-3. They play Florian Wirtz behind Voldemar.
Perfect. You know what? For the sake of it, I'm going to agree 100% with you. They don't play. They play however they want to play. He is the center forward. Yes or no?
Yes, he is. He is the front man that they play to. They have a number 10 behind him. I know this because my sister's German.
So perfect.
I watch Germany.
Lovely. So now, you say it works because they play with a 10. So why can't Newcastle United do that then?
Yeah, because we do not have a number 10 or two dynamic midfielders that can run in and create chances for him. That is just quite simple. We've said this all season about our wingers. They don't have the ability or the actual creative eye to make chances for somebody to score.
We got 2 10s.
They just run like athletes.
We got 2 10s I can think of. Harvey Barnes or what's his name? The kid that scored yesterday. I forgot his name now.
Ramsey.
Okay, Ramsey.
Jacob Ramsey.
That's 2 10s right there. I just came up with. Or you can even put Wissa there if you need to play off Walter Mata.
Oh, if I had to play number 10, I said the other day, I had to play number 10 behind Voldemar. I would play Jacob Ramsey because the guy has played number 10 for Aston Villa.
So then that's the solution. Instead of saying Walter Mata is absolutely rubbish, he's not rubbish if we set up the team correctly. So maybe let's do that.
No, but hang on.
But mate, that's basically wishing and hearsay. We can't say that until we actually see it.
So when are we going to see it?
Well, ask the manager. There's no point in me and you having an argument. I'm just stating right now, the way we're playing, he is not the answer. If the manager doesn't see him as a viable candidate to lead our line, who are we to tell the manager who to play?
Well, then, don't ever call in and question Eddie Howe then. What are you doing questioning Eddie Howe?
I can question Eddie Howe, but the fact is, what are me and you going to do to affect that starting lineup? Are we actually going to go in the change room and say, yeah, Eddie, I want you to play Voldemar? We just have to grin and bear what happens this season and see whether or not Eddie stays or if someone else comes in.
Nothing we do or anybody in the chat say is relevant to what happens in the locker room, but we're fans and we do punditry here.
We are.
So it's just as simple as that. So we got to say what we need to say. You know what I mean? But we have no influence on the locker room, of course. But what do you mean? Shut the channel down and we just never talk again? No, we got to talk about what's going on.
But no, that's you. That's you being overreactive. I'm telling you why he isn't playing. It's the manager. Why would think about it? If me and you, I'd like to see Visser, but I think at the moment he's not that good, and I think we might have been ripped off. But if the manager's playing Gordon, there's got to be a simple reason for that.
Yeah, it's insane. Hugh guys says these guys hate the player, their Messiah. How? But that's unbelievable.
I don't hit.
Anyway,
well, I don't like it. But the fact is, it's not. You know my opinion, Chris. We've said it so many times. Yeah. I believe that we bought the wrong striker, and I would openly keep saying that. But the problem is, there's nothing we can do about it until one, if Howe leaves, or two, if someone else takes over recruitment in the summer.
Go on the super chats there. Win super chats.
Jody Dan saying if it wasn't for World Schools, we'd be in relegation. That's strictly true, but obviously all goals count. And Mac Miller,
that is true.
Mac Miller Paint Stripper says, Chris, you are knackered.
You better clip that because you won't hear that too many times, as opposed to you.
Like Chris, when I come on here, mate, I like you because I think you tell the truth. There are a lot of people that pussyfoot around the fact that we are playing terrible. I said to you last night, didn't I? Congratulations for the win, but we've still got a lot of hard games to come up. For us to get Europe, Chris, we got a fixture list that actually can get us Europe because we've got Man United and Chelsea and Everton all in a row. You win those 3 games, you see an adjustment of period to go higher in the table. But it's whether or not we win those 3 games. We've seen the form this season. We could have a couple of good games, but we'd never actually successfully put 3 wins together. Yeah, now, I would give Voldemar a chance if we played a number 10. But at the moment, if it just looks like he's lost, I'm just going to see out the season and see how it goes.
Well, my point is,
the argument about playing Voldemar and playing with a number 10 is exactly what you started your call with, Chris, which is
Yeah.
You're playing for one player as opposed
No, you're playing for the team, so the team.
Yes, instead of 10.
No, well, who's going to score? Are you going to play?
Well, so far, Ramsey, Malik Chow,
yeah, but you
they
can't
seem to be getting goals lately.
You can't depend on that. You cannot depend on that.
I know, mate, but we also have to look at this. I know as harsh as it sounds, we have to look at the fact that most managers pick on form. Well, we say that, not our manager. But if Voldemort hasn't scored in 19 games, fair enough, that may be something to do with the team and the manager. But the fact is, he did really good at the beginning of the season, and then he petered off, unfortunately. I would always be grateful for the fact if it wasn't for him, we mostly would be sitting where Tottenham are or below, because the fact is the goals he provided at the beginning of the season gave us enough points to be where we are at the moment. But it doesn't mean that we owe him or anybody in the first team a first team place unless they can prove that they deserve it. Yeah. I'm the same with Gordon. I don't think he should be up front, but I always believe that a player should be playing on merit, not on just because the manager likes them.
Well,
that's what Southgate did with England.
Well, Gordon's got no merit to play up front, so in that case,
no, he hasn't. No, he hasn't. I'm a big advocate of that. Barnes, I give him credit because he may be our second top goal scorer. Like you remember last week when everybody complained that Voldemort didn't take the penalty. But I understand why, because the captain took the pressure on his own back, and the fact that he's the club's highest scorer. I think that is the reason why he took the penalty when we lost to Brentford. No, I can't disfigure that. Yeah, it would have given Voldemort credit, and it would have given him more confidence. But Chris, what would it have really done if he missed?
Exactly.
Yeah, but what would it?
It would have shattered him, mate.
Yeah, but what would have happened if he scored? Well, we keep going around.
Well, that's the thing we're in. We're in catch 50-50, mate. I can agree with you. If it scored, it could have given him more confidence. Yeah, exactly. But then we also have to look at the safety of the whole squad. If the captain decides that he's taking it, that's nothing to do with us. The captain, he comes first, unfortunately, in the game of football. If he says he's going to take it, no other player on the pitch can say anything unless Eddie Howe says, no, Voldemort, you take the penalty.
Well, let me tell you something. If Cristiano Ronaldo's on the pitch, I don't care who's the penalty. Ronaldo's taking it. So if you got personality, if you got the balls, you're going to have that ball.
Yeah, do you remember, before I go, and you asked me to leave, do you remember when Chelsea had a situation where their goalkeeper refused to come off, so another goalkeeper would go in for the penalty, and the guy didn't say it?
Hello?
We lost you there, I think, for a second. Hello.
Oh, sorry, mate. Yeah, you remember the Spanish goalkeeper that plays for Chelsea?
Not off the top of my head, no.
He got told he was going to be substituted off for another goalkeeper to come on to take a penalty. He flat out refused and just stayed on the pitch. It's just, you know what I mean? Like it could be possible. I've seen it happen before with Chelsea.
Yeah. Well, it can happen. Anyway, lovely discussion, Chris. Thank you very much for coming on, and really good call. Appreciate you very much indeed. We'll talk soon. All right. Take care, mate.
Oh, mate. Have a good day.
And you.
There you go. That was a good call there. Call us now and have your say. We got about 20 minutes left on this show, ladies and gents. A lot of good comments scrolling through. 0191-916-8864. Again, my opinion is simple. We should be playing to our best players. Voldemort is one of our best players. Whether you want to look at it, that's your bias or not bias, however you want to look at it, it's relevant. He's one of our best players. And I include, because I'm not biased like you, I include Gordon in that particular equation. So as much as I criticize Gordon, in this particular case, I still put him in my best lineup. And the best lineup for Newcastle United, it's always going to be, number one, with Tonali in the middle, Bruno in the middle. You can sacrifice Joe Linton. Well, he's hurt right now. Put Gordon on the left, Barnes on the right if you need to, or Barnes in the middle. It's a 10. Put Wissa on the right if you want to, or on the left if you want to play him like he plays for the Republic of Congo. But then again, Gordon's going to get upset. He can get to England. So, all right, if you want to cater to him, perfect. Move him around. Voldemort up front. Best lineup for Newcastle United. Try it. Make it work. You have to cater to your best players. And your goal scorer is there to score. Can't depend on Ramsey scoring. Can't depend on anybody else scoring. Feed him the ball. Play to his strengths. That's what we need to do. Because what happened last season? We cater our game to Isak. None of this conversation about, whoa, play for the team nonsense.
But Isaac pressed.
We forget all that, man. We've got to change. We don't have Isak. We got to change.
I agree. That's the problem.
So we got to change.
If we had Isaac, would be in Champions League places.
We have this fixation on present. Football, you can play in many ways. It's not Newcastle United are not just we can only press and that's the only way we can play football. No. Work it around. Make it work so the guy can score. That is all I'm saying. He's been scrutinized like a striker I've never seen in my life get scrutinized like him. When he doesn't even get the service for it. It's unbelievable.
You're paranoid about him, man.
No, I'm not paranoid.
Thank you for the super chat, mate. Every striker is isolated in Eddie's 4-3-3 with the number
100%.
10. Even the
100%.
rat. Even the rat. But he would score tap-ins and nobody would mention it.
He scored more than tap-ins, to be fair, but Isak, he tend to think that Isak is going, everything is going down to hell, and he was perfect. And he had many bad games for Newcastle, many bad spells with Newcastle. So this notion that everything was perfect, it wasn't. Choppy calling us now. Choppy, how are you, mate?
Hey,
all right, Chris. Yeah, Wayne.
How's Cockermouth?
Hello. How's what?
How's Cockermouth?
Oh, it's much the same as whatever. It's overcast. I'd imagine, anyways. I don't know what this doom and gloom's all about. Newcastle won finally.
Exactly.
There's no doom and gloom. We can't have an hour and a half show of what? Talking about what? Ramsey's goal? Oh wait, man. We got to talk about what, because you know what? It's one win. Our third win this whole season away. So I don't want to hear this doom and gloom crap. We won. Great. Good job. They play good. But we got to move on. And we got to talk about what's happening and what's coming next. So there's no such thing as doom and gloom. And by the way, I didn't want to argue with anybody, but Chris came on and talked about what the matter.
But you got out the wrong side of the bed.
No, I didn't.
No,
I didn't at all. I don't like extremists. I don't like extremists.
You're the biggest extremist.
No, you are. No, you are. Because we won, so amazing. We're back and all that.
Have I said that? Have I said that?
Well, more or less. We can't. We gotta look at the bad that happened because you were crapping your pants last night during the game. So something didn't go right as well that we need to look at and fix for the next one. Yeah, because that's the season that we're in.
What didn't go right was what hasn't gone right all season. We were creating chance after chance, getting corner after corner with the attacking play, which was working, and we weren't finishing with dinner. And it was just, you just knew.
So we weren't finishing.
Break away, score a goal, and all that good play would go out the window.
You always complain about not finishing our dinner. Now
we had a good game. Pulled off some good saves.
Who'd you say?
I thought Vicario in goal for Spurs. He pulled off some good saves, I thought.
He did.
Yeah. But the thing is, you're talking about we don't finish our dinner. Well, we didn't finish our dinner with Gordon up front either. So which one is it? So now we got to try Osula?
What was it I was saying?
That's what he was saying. That's what the numpty was saying.
What position does Alex play? I've no idea. I was seeing him on the bench, and I don't know what position he plays.
Oh, well, we don't know, mate. We don't know either. As far as you know, he's another Rudy coaching, lined up for the coaching team. As far as we know,
I think he just said to sit on the bench and do nothing. I don't know. We need to sell some players in the summer. Some need to retire.
Yeah, I understand. But it was a good win, and but we gotta look in the mirror. We gotta look in the mirror because we can't just act like everything was great. We gotta look in the mirror and fix the issues because come Aston Villa, that's gonna be a bigger test. Anyway, Choppy, thank you very much, mate. Appreciate you for calling. Have a good one. Call us again, all right?
Save it.
Lovely. There you go. Choppy there calling us from Whitehaven. Call us now and have your say. 10 minutes left. Maybe time for a new one more caller. Let us know what you think in the comment section down below, of course. Actually, let's go with some of the chats here. And by the way, after this one, the player ratings coming up next. So join that one for on radio and on YouTube, of course. And that one is for members only. So become a member, hit the join button, and enjoy those exclusive content for you. Gavin Fowler, Win was screaming for a striker to come on last night. Exactly. And now he's finding on about Gordon. Yeah, man, get out of here, man. You're fake. Flip-flop. Fake. Anyway.
The two are not self-exclusive.
So which one is it then? Gordon was great at 9 or he wasn't? It's one of the two, really. It's not hard.
Gordon was creating the press that was creating the opportunity.
So he should start then on against Villa, yeah?
He should absolutely start against Villa, but not necessarily in the 9. But we've got to have somebody in the 9. You know, I think with that, Walter Mara will come in on Saturday. And
that's it. Well, don't get pissed off because you're saying you listen. You keep on and on and on and on and on. You got to get the violins, man. People love the violins. Why do you hate them? People are laughing. People are having a good time. It makes people happy. Win. And Win doesn't like the violins no more. He doesn't do it. Anyway, so Chris Chellman, we are going on a 10-game winning run. Yeah, okay, that's right. You know, we'll see. Thank you for the super chat anyway. But again, man, which I know you're joking around, but regardless, some people believe that crap. By the way, some people believe that crap. Common sense.
Crap when it happens.
Common sense. It's not hard. And then he gets mad because you play the violins. You know what I mean? So stop saying rubbish things, and the violins won't play.
Well, if I had the violin, anyway, I'd be playing right now.
No, anyway, we got a caller here calling us. How are you? What's your name?
This is Elias.
Elias. How are you, bud?
Hi. I'm good, man. I'm good. How are you two doing?
Doing good.
Great. All the better for hearing your dulcet tones, my friend.
Okay. Damn. I think Elias might be taken or something. So and he doesn't go your way, mate. So anyway, Elias, sorry about that, mate. You didn't call to be harassed, but
I was sitting down with Roy last night watching the game.
All right.
And we were just shaking our heads like, what the heck is going on? It's like so disjointed, so awful to watch. And like always, we get a goal and then we're looking at each other. When are we going to concede now? You know, it's like a pattern. Losing leads and all that. And it's just agonizing, man, watching the game. I know we won and we're happy, of course, that we won. That's what we want. But I'm with you, Chris, on this. You have two strikers that cost a fortune sitting on the bench. And then people complaining about Walter Mada. I mean, come on, guys, man. No service whatsoever for this poor lad. I just don't get it. People calling and, talking about, tactics won the game. I think it's fortunate that we won the game. Really fortunate that we won the game. I mean, if it wasn't for one moment of brilliance from Gordon passing that ball in. I mean, Gordon just wants to play to keep on the England team, right? I mean, it doesn't seem to me like he's playing for Newcastle most of the time. And, he's not the striker. There's so many things wrong with this team, man. Trippier, after 2 games of, disaster, starts on the right. I mean, I would even put Murphy on the right. At least he's got the legs.
To me, as though there's something totally wrong with the people watching that game. If you were saying that game was awful to watch.
Come on, man.
Awful to watch.
Really awful watch. Really awful. For both teams, by the way. I'm not saying about Newcastle. You know,
it was
we had like,
fantastic to watch. It was one-way traffic.
oh, come on, man. I know it was one-way traffic. They had 9 people injured, 9 players, best players.
Yeah, but
injured.
that's not our problem, though.
Them, I'm talking about us. You're saying it was awful to watch. How can you say that was awful to watch?
Because
That's a
I
mindset,
can see,
that.
and I don't like what I'm seeing.
Some people had that belief, by the way, on when they were voicing their opinions. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think it was a good game when we beat them. They were a poor team, no doubt about that. But you know, it is what it is. And but we got it done. But you know, the biggest thing is the overreaction. I don't like overreaction, and that's what you get when you get the likes of Win and the whole lot. So that's the problem. That's the problem with our fan base.
We should have battered them at least 5-5.
And that was awful to watch. You're saying yourself we should have battered them by 5, and then in the next breath you're saying it was awful to watch.
We did it because we can't string a pass.
No, because we can't finish our dinner.
But we had to set it forward. But
because we don't have a striker.
Whose fault is that we didn't finish our dinner? Whose fault is it?
What's the players on the pitch that we're missing the chances?
Mrs.
It's sad, man.
I can't hear. I can't hear.
Go on, man. So he says we couldn't finish our dinner, so that's the problem.
Been the problem all season.
Yeah, okay. We couldn't finish our dinner. I mean, seriously, you have such a horrible, terrible team playing against you. You need to take advantage of the situation, right? I mean,
my only issue is with the flip flop in the windows. Before, when he kept saying we couldn't finish our dinner, he blamed it on Voltemada. And then when Wissa, he got quiet really, but he kept saying we couldn't finish our dinner. And now when it comes to Gordon placing the forward, we finish our dinner. He doesn't blame it on Gordon. He blames it on the team. You see the flip flop and the agenda, the narrative, the lying and the deceiving. That's what everybody's talking about when they come to you. So you know what I mean? It's simple, man. It's simple. You blame Voltemada, put him to the cross, blame him for everything, including the stock market. And now when it comes to us playing with Gordon up front, it's nobody's problem. It's the team's problem, not Gordon's problem. You see? That's the issue.
The reason the team were not awful to watch yesterday was because Gordon was playing up top and leading the line in the press, which is why we created all of the chances that should have ended up in us beating them by at least 5.
Yeah, whatever. I mean, I'm not
exactly, Elias.
I know,
exactly, man.
I don't know.
Things that come out of this.
But anyway,
man. Listen, it is what Elias. Thank you for calling us, mate. Appreciate you very much.
Right, you're welcome, man. Good to hear you guys.
Thank you, buddy.
Care.
Have a great day. Have a great day. Anyways, wow. That was crazy. That was a crazy show, man. Appreciate everybody calling in, though. Thank you very much for all the kind support. Everybody with the super chats, everybody out there. Let me see here. I didn't have Darren says last night, Chris, you had the club down selling Nick in the summer on your NUFC Talk account. Well, we have a media team, the social media team that they post stuff. They post news out there from different media outlets, and one of them was about Football Insider saying that we're looking to sell him, and I reposted on my personal account saying it's rubbish, and it's not. The news is rubbish. If it happens, it would be rubbish, and you know, only numpties will be celebrating that because we're losing player after player, proper player after proper player. If Tonali leaves as well, that's gonna be devastating. So that's the thing. Our team getting decimated. Little by little. You see how them in those Brazilian restaurants they carve the meat little by little. That's how we're gonna be. We're gonna be boned by the end if we keep selling our best players, and that's unfortunate. But you know, it reminds me of the Mike Ashley era when we sold every proper player we had. There you go. Because we don't even buy them. We don't even buy good ones to replace them, and that's the issue. Overall, to be fair. Anyways, we gotta go. Thank you very much, all of you out there, for tuning in the show. Thank you. It is NUFC Undisputed for a reason. Thank you very much, all of you out there. We will see you.
Remember and listen to the player ratings next.
Yeah, player ratings coming up next, ladies and gents.